Richmond, Rick the puppy. How you doing, bud? You all right? Going for a walk. And today, I'm going to show you something. Right down that, you see right down that street where those white things are? That's a very busy street called Allegheny Avenue. And if you go up these railroad tracks, you will see something that will blow your mind. This is a pretty big city. And I don't know if many cities this big have so much wasted space. Now, this isn't wasted space. This is some type of company. They do rock, sands, gravel. There's always these big hills. My entire life, there was these big hills. And then there was another building called the Grano. And I guess that was like a grain company that probably had something to do with the Reading Railroad, because I think this was part of the Reading Railroad. And boats would come to the Delaware River, which is only 2 feet to the left. Wait till you see. Once we get past all this stuff. Come on, Rick the puppy. I don't think I've ever taken you down here. This is probably the best time to do it, is now, before everything grows, Rick. I always see, this guy has stickers, and he just walks around places and puts them up. I see him. I see you. I want to acknowledge you. I don't know if I have before. So yeah, these railroad tracks, these are still in use. There's chemical plants right down the street. But yeah, right here is the Delaware River. It's also a dumping spot, which drives me insane because the dump is literally a half a mile that way. But you gotta pay to use the dump. Be careful, Rick the puppy. Oh, these are new shingles. I spent the majority of my teenage years up here on these railroad tracks. Yeah, I'm not feeling it, Rick the puppy. Don't pass the vibe test. There's all types of people living up here now. When I was a kid, it's just like really abandoned space. Not really. Kids would go drinking up here, and that was really it. There wasn't anybody homeless living around these parts. Or maybe there wasn't, because I was here all the time. I practically lived on the one pier here called Pebble Beach. Yeah, and last time I went down there, there were some tents and some. So I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to go down there ever again. How you doing, bud? Come here. That in your mouth. You all right? Yeah, so what we would do is we would get like 40s, and yeah, usually it was just 40s or the St. Ides special brews. We were classy people. And we go back here and just drink. Man, look at that big pile. This pile of gravel or whatever the hell it is. It's been there so long, trees are growing out of it. But yeah, we just sit up here, have a good time. What's up, bud? There you go. You got that out? Smell that river? That's a good smell, Rick the puppy. It smells like rust. Smells like kind of like what a rainstorm smell. The Delaware River has a smell. It smells kind of like what it smells like right before a rainstorm, but not good. Like a bad version of that smell. I remember the first time I saw a possum. It was somewhere around the river here. I didn't know what a possum was, right? We didn't have the internet back then. I was like, Jesus, God, the rats in Philadelphia. We got to do. I was even thinking about not coming back here no more the first time I saw a possum. And then the second time I saw a possum, I was in the far northeast. I was spending time with my grandmother. I was working in the Franklin Mills Mall. She was letting me crash on her couch. And I saw a possum near her house. And it was frozen, like it froze. And I froze because I was like, this thing's going to jump on me. Because if you know, that's one of the downsides about living in the city. We don't know about things like possums. So I just stood still for like 5 minutes in total fear, thinking this possum was going to jump and rip out my throat. All right, Rick the puppy, let's get you some water. Yes, all of this space, everything from here, everything on this side are all abandoned piers. And it's all space that the city doesn't use. Now, there are some railroad tracks on this side. So, recently, up a little bit in the neighborhood of Fishtown, they started developing on this part of the railroad tracks. And I think that's going to be a new thing. And probably in, I bet you, I don't know. See, the only thing is the railroad tracks are right here. But I guarantee you, in the next 20 years, something's going to be going on with this space. In the 1800s, or the early 1900s, there were several train tracks that went all through this section. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure this part here used to be a train track. They still have trains that come in and out of here. Like, there's a train yard right there. But they don't use all the tracks like they used to. And they're developing, like they're flattening out the land where the railroad used to be. Let's see, Rick. But I was a little nervous about that. I've been thinking, it's crazy. I've been wanting to do this walk, but Rick, I think about my walks and where I can go and show you guys something different and try not to show you the same thing every dog walk. But he has this crazy thing where he whines when we're in the car, so I can't get too far away from the house. Here's an old railroad spike. Uh-oh, Rick the puppy. Oh. Well, the good news for me is I have a killer pit bull and a spike in my hand. Yeah, but I was nervous about walking Rick back here because most of the land is that rock, that railroad rock. Hello, friend. And it's all smoothed out, flat surface. I guarantee you they're going to be doing some developing around here. We would get pennies and lay them on the railroad tracks, and when trains would come by, they would flatten the pennies. We'd do that. We would hop trains. Right, the train was coming by, you hop on it like a hobo, and you go somewhere. I would get off. I would hop on and jump off around Kensington Ave. My friend Joey Boldock, he hopped on the train one time. He almost fell underneath the damn thing, almost lost his legs. I said, I'm done hopping on trains. Elise, hello, friend. There you go. Just keep walking, Rick the puppy. There you go. We're gonna keep running. We're gonna run. Come on, Rick the puppy. Just like people to know. Hello, friend. I'm here. I got a dog. Just don't be surprised if your dog turns around and rips your arm out of the socket. This is one of the cool spots in Port Richmond. This is Kitty's Luncheonette. This is from 1953. Old style diner, Back to the Future type vibes. The Luncheonette sign. Shout out to Adam the Woo. Oh, they're open. They're open, and they definitely just looked at me staring in like a lunatic.